Kane, what's up, brother? What you doing this weekend, Mike?
We got divisional football this weekend, and man, you know about that Eagle life.
Ah,
They are not fly. They are.
all right. We're back. Of course, it's divisional round. Battle of the Birds. Those dirty birds come to Philadelphia.
Yeah, as I like to call them, the Blackbirds.
Yeah, to face
Uh,
the beautiful, majestic Eagles uh, in the net.
Symbol of the country against the bird you don't want in your yard. I mean,
Right.
so,
Well, that
so
that that would be Jamal Anderson, but
we definitely don't want him nowhere near the yard.
no, or your bathroom or your house or anything. But
Yeah, wait.
all right. So anyway, let's get to it, man. Um, let's spend a couple minutes on what do you expect to see from Atlanta this week?
I think they're going to move to a quick passing game. I think they respect our pass rush. They know we rotate bodies. We've got 4 or 5 elite pass rushers that we can get after them with. Um, so I think they're going to try to first stick to quick passes and establish the running game. With that said, they're going to go up against the Eagles. We're the number one defense against the run per rush this season. Can we be gashed? Of course we can be gashed. Anybody can be gashed on certain plays. But I think consistently we should be able to control, not stop, but control their running game, especially through the first half, 3 quarters. We should be able to do that. Now, if we're on the field too much because the offense isn't doing anything and we wear down, we're
Right.
susceptible at the end to getting pushed around on the run. But I expect the Falcons to come out, two things: establish the run, and then they're going to start off with some quick passes. So look for a lot of slants. Look for some tight end action. Look for some rollouts. They don't do a lot of rollouts, but I have seen Matt Ryan. They do a few rollouts where they'll throw it to Sanu in the flats or throw it to Julio in the flats and see if he can make something of it. But that's what I expect from them from offense in the beginning of the
All right. Um, are you concerned about their defense against our offense?
I'm concerned about anybody's defense against our offense right now. I mean, just point being, man. Look, my boy, the wagon's not there, man. I mean, like I was telling everybody, if the wagons were there, I'm going ahead and booking my hotel in Minnesota. I'm going ahead and getting my tickets because we going to the Super Bowl. But no Wentz, so the offense is not what it's going to be. But then again, talking about the Falcons defense, they're quick. I think they're a little undersized, but they're extremely quick. They're pretty good against the run. Against the pass. So they got a good pass rush, and their secondary has been playing well throughout the last 2-3 weeks. I've been watching them really because of them trying to get into the playoffs for the last couple of weeks because they might have been a possible matchup. So the secondary has been playing well. And they get after the ball. They got a linebacker. I can't call his name now, but he's a speedy little joker. I want to say he's a middle linebacker. He's speedy. He covers the field side to side pretty well. So I expect Atlanta's defense to try to do the same thing, try to get after us. I think they're going to put some pressure on Foles because Foles has shown if you get some pressure on him, he's not the most accurate guy. He can be rushed. And with Peters being out, although Big V has been doing a decent job, he's no Jason Peters. That's a place they're going to look to exploit.
So you thinking we have to run right at them to slow all that down?
I think we do. I mean, we got. We go 4 running backs deep, but I'm just saying the top 3 need to get carries. And I just saw an interesting stat against the Falcons. When the Eagles rush 25 times a game, they are 0-6 against us. We are 11-1 against them when we run 25 plus times. So it sounds like the magic number is 25, and it sounds like we need to run the ball at them. So
plus, the more we run, the less chance of Nick Foles screwing up.
Yeah, exactly. So the big thing for the Eagles offense, we have to stay on schedule. You know, what people don't know about staying on schedule is don't get behind the sticks. Don't get into 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. We need to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. That's our bread and butter. And then we can use what we got, that big offensive line, the 240-pound running back, and just lay down the smack right down the middle of the field. So we need to stay out of that, stay from behind the sticks. We got to stay ahead of schedule to protect Foles from himself and to protect the defense from getting tired from the offense not doing their job.
So you're saying we need a lot of Philly blunts?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer some Ajayi, but I'll tell you the truth, I probably prefer Clement before I saw Blunt. But
yeah, I just had to get it with a Philly.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get Julio on some blunts, we'd be right for this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. We got to tackle well. He's going to catch the ball. We got to tackle well, and he does.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, everybody knows you can't let Julio get behind you. Now, at the same point, the Falcons do have speed. They do have Tevin Coleman at running back. He can get around the edge. They got Gabriel at wide receiver. He's fast. We all know Julio can get down the field. So this is not the week to bite on those double moves. Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, Robinson, none of them. They're going to throw them because everybody's been throwing them at us for the last 3 weeks. They know because we're jumping them. So we cannot do that this game. A big thing with stopping the Falcons is getting pressure on Matt Ryan. We got to make Matt Ryan move. He doesn't like to move. He's kind of – I'm not saying he's a statue like, Brady and Manning and all of those boys, but he definitely doesn't like to move.
Right.
If he gets his choice, he wants to sit there and throw the ball from the pocket. If we get some pressure on him, that'll be good for our defense. A little bad news. I saw Brandon Graham's got a high ankle sprain, and they say he's going to play, but high ankle sprain can slow you down a good bit. Speed is his game, so that's not a good thing for us right now.
All right, so let's look at we had some Twitter questions and comments that we reached out to our followers and asked for their thoughts and comments, questions about the game. So we got a few back. So let's go to those. All right, the Line Sports Talk. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate the question. Their question was, or comment was, Falcons have a good roster and playoff experience. So their prediction is this is going to slam the door on the Eagles. So we do appreciate your thoughts. Hopefully you're wrong. And I'll go ahead and predict against that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Next question came from Shane. Shane is the worst at DFS Shane on Twitter. So shout out to Shane. He's an Eagles fan. So his question was, why does God hate the Eagles and why did he let Wentz tear his ACL? So I have an answer for that, and I've thought long and hard about this, Shane. And all you Eagle haters and all you people who say this would have been your year if Wentz didn't get hurt, it's still going to be our year. And you brought God in. So I referenced the Bible with this answer. In the Bible, God finds a lot of unlikely people to do things, right? Moses, very unlikely leader. Abraham, Isaac, Jake, like all these people are very unlikely leaders, right? David was a very unlikely leader, and they were all successful, with God's help. So I think it's the same thing here. Nick Foles is a very unlikely Super Bowl winning quarterback. And so this is God's way of letting the city of Philadelphia know he's blessing them by the fact that he's going to let Nick Foles hoist the Super Bowl trophy, okay? So that Shane is your answer.
Can God let Nick Foles borrow Carson Wentz's arm and brain this weekend?
Or eyes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so last one comes from our boy Rory. Make sure you check out Mitchell Report Unleashed on iTunes or what's the other thing? iTunes or
he on Spreaker?
No, he's not on Spreaker. He's on he might be, yeah. You know what? I actually do think he's on Spreaker too, but
he's on Twitter. That's what we can find.
He's on Twitter, right? Rory EGN. So I'll think of the other app that listen to him his show on. But anyway, Rory's question was, how do you feel you'll slow down the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan's passing game? And what scares you most about Nick Foles? Okay. See, he's just assuming we're scared about Nick Foles, but I've just explained why I'm not worried about Nick. So I'm not even going to go there, Rory, with you, okay? Matt Ryan, we got to rush him. Obviously, the pass rush, and he has one of the lower quarterback ratings against when he's feeling pressure. So we've got to consistently pressure him. And to me, that's how we'll shut down Julio, is by getting to Matt Ryan. And the strength of our defense is the line in the rush, not the defensive backs, you know. So that's going to be key. And to something you said earlier, keeping them on the sideline, right? Running that ball. You know, Peterson definitely seems committed to the run. You know, we got 3 running backs who get a lot of carries. You got Jay Ajayi, who's rested, didn't play last week. I think they're gearing him up to be the closer. So you just got to get that lead and grind that thing out and start making the Falcons press when they get the ball.
Yeah, last time we beat the Falcons in the playoffs, we actually controlled the clock for twice as long as they did. So throughout the running game, and you know, we're using the running game. This is going to be a big game for J.J., Clement, Blunt. These guys are going to have to lead us. I mean, I hate to say it, between those 3 guys, we can't have drop passes. When Nick Foles hits somebody, they got to catch it. The defense, we got the shutdown option number 1, who, to me anyway, who makes the Falcons go, is Devontae Freeman, to me. I mean, you know, Julio's all world. Julio's going to get his regardless, okay? There's nothing you can do to actually stop Julio. I mean, we can double team him. We can take away the big stuff, but he's going to get his slants. He's going to get that 5-yard route and turn it into 12. He's going to get that kind of stuff every once in a while. What we can't let happen is Julio doing that kind of stuff and then Devontae Freeman breaking off 5, 7, 12-yard chunks at a time as well. So to me, stopping the Atlanta Falcons running game is paramount to stopping them. Make them one-dimensional, because that's the chance we got. Make them one-dimensional, then use our weapons, what we have, that front 4, get after Matt Ryan and put him on his butt before he can get to Julio.
Yeah, and we gotta win on special teams too, I think.
I mean, you can't take a loss there. I mean, any kind of help we can get from the special teams would be great. I mean, you know, a good punt return, maybe a block.
Pin them down at the 2 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, we got to win those situations.
We can't tackle well.
Yeah, we can't. They can't punt the ball and kick it to us, and we start off on the 10-yard line and have to go 90 yards to score. Because I really believe the Falcons are gonna. I'm not saying they're gonna man us up in the secondary, but they will be packing the box to stop the run.
Right.
Because they know that's what we want to do, and they want to force Nick Foles to beat them.
Right.
And that goes back to me saying, when Nick Foles hit somebody in the hands, like he hit Torrey Smith the other week, and Torrey Smith dropped it, that can't happen this week. You know, Alshon Jeffrey's got to win those 50-50 balls, and my man Zach Ertz and Trey Burton have to be big time.
And Aguilar's going to have a shot at some big plays. Foles has got to get the ball to him when he has those one-on-one matchups against them.
Exactly. Like I said, because Atlanta's going to stack the box. So we're going to have to keep them. We're going to have to be ahead of them, because I really think if we pass on the first and second downs and rushing on the third downs is not going to work. We're going to have to mix it up. I mean, that's been our forte, is pass, and then we're going to run the ball. But we got to mix up those offensive plays this week. We've got to lean on the running game. To me, if Jay doesn't touch the ball 20 times, we're in trouble. I mean, that's just me this week. If he doesn't get 20 carries, we're in trouble this week.
All right, so let's get to it. You know, let's go ahead, put it out there. So real quick, Mitchell Report Unleashed on SoundCloud. All right, iTunes and SoundCloud. So anyway, make sure you check that out. Okay, so Kane, I'm going to go first with my prediction. I'm going to go with the Eagles 20, the Falcons 13. All right. So what is your prediction for this weekend's divisional round matchup?
Well, of course, that's who's going to win, okay? The Birds are going to win this game, okay?
Not the dirty ones.
No, not the black ones, the green ones. Okay. We're at home. Okay. Out of all the NFL teams left in the league, I really believe we got one. As far as the crowd, we have one of the biggest advantages in the NFL. The place will be electric. The team will feed off that. We're going to get some special teams help. We're going to get some defensive help. We can't stop that high-powered offense. I'll say Atlanta will put 20 on the board, but we're going to put 24 up there, and we're going to win this game.
Gotcha. Okay. I like the sound of that. So, hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave some comments, give us your score predictions, and we'll be back to see who was closest to being correct. But anyway, and we'll be back to preview. I'm going to go ahead and say the Eagles in the NFC Championship game against either the Saints or the Vikings.
Yeah, that will be an interesting game there. Yeah. That'll be a good play.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. The NFC is loaded. Like all these teams in the NFC, even the ones that lost last week, I could make a case that they could get to the Super Bowl. The AFC,
I said it from the beginning. It's Pittsburgh and New England. I'll see you in New England next weekend.
Tennessee,
no chance.
Buffalo,
no chance.
Jacksonville.
Well, no chance. If they had a quarterback, though, Jesus.
I mean, but they just all look so garbage. You know what I mean?
But if Jacksonville had a quarterback, could you see that team? Jesus, that'd be awesome.
They got one. Whoever's backing up Blake Bortles got to be better.
Hey, if Nick Saban can put his second string in and win a national championship, hey, why can't the Jaguars put the backup in and win the Super Bowl?
That dude's probably better than Blake Bortles. Jalen Hurts is just going to go straight to Jacksonville. He's transferring to Jacksonville.
Oh, man.
Probably make less money than gets to Alabama. Anyway, and we appreciate y'all checking us out. Hey, tell your friends about us. Help us keep growing. Help this thing happen. Like I said, we're gonna come back, keep bringing it to you. We're gonna do a college football wrap up show. Maybe this weekend. I don't know, but
it works out.
I know you probably don't want to talk about the Hurricanes or the fact that the SEC dominated championship game or the fact that the Gamecocks beat Michigan. But anyway, we'll get into all that at the college football wrap-up show. And we're going to start doing some Laker talk, but of course we're going to keep talking Eagles, off-season, mini camp, draft, whatever it is,
Well, next week we're talking the NFC Championship. That's what we're talking about.
What I'm saying is we're going to be doing different shows, though. But, yeah, on the Eagles show, of course, we're going to be talking NFC Championship.
This also will be tracking the Hall of Fame vote when my boy Dawkins gets in.
That's right.
Your boys will be there in Canton acting a fool.
So I'm glad to see that. I got to get some more tweets out about that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Also, we'll be tweeting during the game. Of course, during all the games this weekend. Make sure you're checking out Kane_Ice. We'll be tweeting out all kind of crazy stuff, opinions, commentary, analysis, everything of the games as they're going on. So make sure you're watching out for that.
Memes for the Falcons.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be a rough week for the state of Georgia after what happened in National Championship.
Yeah, I hate to do it to y'all here in Georgia, but it's coming. Sorry.
All right. Hey, we out. So, like I said, keep tuning in. Check out some of our older shows. And, hey, we'll be back. All right? Tweet at us. Go Birds. Eagles, I should say.